Welcome to the Budget Hawk channel. Today I'm going to go over a sample budget, a simple budget. It's the 50-30-20 budget, which is just 50% goes towards needs, 30% goes towards wants, and 20% goes towards savings or paying off debt. Now, before we get into that, before I get into the spreadsheet and showing you guys how to do this, I want to say that I understand that not everybody likes budgeting. To some people, budgeting feels like they're being restricted. They have no freedom. Other people, like myself, love to budget, love to get in to get into the numbers and see where our money's going and how it's being used. With that said, I want to make this as simple as possible. And no, this is just one out of many tools or ways that you can budget. And I want to help people meet their goals in however I possibly can, whether it's getting out of debt, whether it's saving more, whether it's for retirement, whether it's for I'm just saving up for a vacation, whether it's just the very bare bones basic of just knowing where your money's going. That's the thing. Most people don't know where their money is going. And the only way to know is if you do a budget. And so I recommend that everybody does a budget, all the way from people that are making $20,000 a year, all the way up to making millions a year. It's imperative to know where your money's being spent so you can utilize it to benefit you. So without further ado, let's get into the spreadsheets.
Okay, here's our bare bones basic budget. Okay, it's the 50-30-20% strategy. It's basic. It just shows you how to divvy out your money using these, using this strategy here. 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, 20% goes to savings or debt. Okay, I just want to deal with this here. This 30% right here, this is just 30% of what you take home of your income is what a lot of industry leaders think you should use for mortgage payment or rent. Okay, so I just did that here. Obviously, most people already have rent when they start their budget, so it's going to be what it is. I just started that out here at 30%. Okay, so 30% of the 4,500 is 1,350. Okay, so 50% of the 4,500 is 2,250. So this is what we are going to now divvy out throughout our needs. Okay, so this column over here, this column, we're going to input what we need to spend on the month on these expenses. Okay, over here is what's left over to spend as you keep going down. All right, so obviously the 2250 minus 1350 is 900. So now we're going to take from here, so 900 minus 100 is going to be 800. 0 minus, okay, I know you guys get that. All right. So we're going to go down. We got mortgage, $1,350. Electric, $100. I'm going to assume that this is an apartment, okay, where water and garbage is included in the rent. We have natural gas. Of course, most apartments use electric and no natural gas for heating, so we don't have anything for that. We have phone, $75 a month for phone, $50 for internet. The car insurance, $75. Food and groceries, $450. And fuel for the car, $150 a month. So all of that adds up to $2,250, which matches with our needs. Okay. Let's go down to the wants, 30%. So again, this number, 1350, is 30% of the 4,500 that you get a month. Okay, so we're going to start out with wants. Okay, these are all wants. Again, if you find your needs is more than the 50% of your income, it's more than 50% of your income, then obviously we're going to have to cut back on the wants. Okay, but for this case, it works out fine. We divvy out our money, and then again, right? 1 month your electric bill may be only $80. So now you have $20 rolling into the next month. So next month when you go to budget, you'll have $120 in there. And then the month after that, let's say it was only 80 that month again. So the month after that will now be $140. So some of these categories, if you don't spend the money, if they're variable costs, okay, most of these, like this is a variable cost, this is variable cost, your car insurance isn't, internet is a fixed cost, phone's a fixed cost, electric is variable, mortgage is fixed, okay? But if you don't spend that money, say you only spend $300 on groceries because you ate out a lot, okay? Well, that leaves $100 or $300. That means let's say $300. Okay, let's say you only spend $300. That means $150 got rolled over in the next month. So next month when you go to budget, you'll have $450 plus $150. So you'll have $600 in that food and groceries. Okay, and so if that gets to be too much and you're not spending it, you need to adjust your budget. Okay, so we'll go down here to wants, and we have first category is eating out. I put $250 for eating out. This person that I just made up likes to eat out, kind of like myself. Spending money, $200. This is just whatever. I mean, you want to spend, so you want to buy something from Amazon, buy it. The eating out is everything from, restaurants, fast food, all that stuff, down to little snacks you get at the gas station. We have clothing, $100. Again, this one you may not spend anything for 3 months. Well, then you'll have, $300 to go buy clothes. Maybe that time you need a pair of shoes. You go spend $160 on a pair of shoes and you're good to go. You still have money left over. We have haircuts and manicures, $150. That's high, but let's just assume this person really likes to get their hair done every, I don't know, what that'd be, every third or fourth day for that price. Of course, you notice I don't have to get my hair cut, so I don't know what the prices are. Gifts, put $100 for gifts. Vacations, $300. Let's just assume this person has in 6 months a wedding to go to, and it's a destination wedding, so he needs to save up, he or she needs to save up money to go to this wedding, and this is how they're going to do it. Kids sports, this is just a category I threw in there. You guys could put any category of wants you want to put in there. Okay, kids sports, no kids, so we don't have to worry about that. Car repairs, $200 for car repairs. This will kill you if you don't budget for it, especially if you have an older car. So if you don't budget for car repairs, this could be tires, it could be getting the brakes done, it could be getting oil changes, it could be a repair, something went wrong and you have to get it fixed. Well, if you keep money over here, you're able to do that and not have to dive into savings or anything like that, okay? Subscriptions, we put 50 in here. This is everything from, all subscriptions, Spotify, Netflix, maybe any subscriptions you have for like Photoshop or, things like that. Okay, so all of those added up equals $1,350. So we took all of the money we needed and we allotted it and we put it in a place. We gave it a job to do. Okay, $1,350. Now we come down to savings and or debt. Okay, that's 20% of the $4,500 of our income. That equals $900. Okay, so we have some credit cards, some fictitious credit cards and a car payment. So credit card number 1, the minimum payment on that is $150. Credit card number 2, minimum payment is $50. And the car payment, the minimum payment is $500. Okay, and again, these numbers over here reflect us subtracting away every time we put another dollar amount in these categories. Okay? And it just so happens all this ends up being $700. So at least we have $200 left over, and that can go into a savings account or it could go into making an extra payment on your credit cards and car payment. And I'm going to show you how easy and quick that could be to do. So we're going to come over here, and I just did a little example for you on if you were to wait to the time frame to pay all this off, how long it would take without adding any new money to this credit card. Okay, all these numbers are not continuing to put money on the credit card. If you do put money on the credit card, it should be from these categories, which you're going to pay off at the end of every month. Okay? So we're going to come over here. Our first credit card is at 25%. Our second credit card is at 19.99. And our car payment is, or our car loan is at 6%. Okay, the balance on all of these debts is $5,000 on the first credit card, $1,500 on the second, and $16,000 left to pay on the car. Okay, the car is on a 48-month loan, and it's got 36 months left to go. Okay, so they paid a year on it. So if we do not do anything different over here, we take the 200 and we throw it in a savings account, and we just make the minimum monthly payments, okay, on these. The longest it'll take is 50 months. So the $5,000 credit card will take the longest to pay off. But you're going to be making monthly payments on the second credit card and on the third credit card. So you'll be making payments on all three of these, and the total months it'll take you to get out of debt is 50 months. Okay? Now, if you take the $200 instead of putting in your savings account and you do the avalanche strategy on paying off debt, which is taking the highest interest credit card first, paying that off, paying the second highest, and then the third highest. Okay, if we just went through the avalanche, using the avalanche strategy, we're going to take the 200 plus the 150 minimum payment, that'll be $350, that we're going to throw on the balance of this credit card every month. Okay, if we did that for every month, and we were faithful to do it every month, you'll pay that off in 18 months. Okay? Once we're done paying that credit card off, this debt goes away, but this $150 is still yours. So if we go to credit card number 2, and we start paying down the $1,500, we're going to take the 200 plus the 50 plus the 150. That gives us $400. We're going to take $400 and throw it on the $1,500 every month. Okay? 4 months to pay that off. All right. Now we're going to move down to take care of this car loan. All right. So this car loan is $500 plus the 200. That's $700. Plus the 150. That's $850. Plus the 50 is $900. We're going to take the full amount of the 20% of our pay, the savings and debt, all of it, and we are going to throw it on this $16,000 every month faithfully. And if we did that, we would pay the car off in 20 months. So since we're paying these off one at a time, it'll take us a total of 42 months to pay off all of our debt. What is that? 16, 5, 11, 22,500 we would have paid off in 42 months. Okay, a little under 4 years. I do realize it's probably going to be a lot. It's probably going to be a lot quicker, because while you're paying down this one with the 200 and the minimum monthly payment, when you're paying down the 5,000, you're also paying these. So for 18 months, you're going to be making payments on these. So these are going to be lower. These balances are going to be a lot lower. So you're probably going to be done within 3 years, maybe a little under 3 years. You'll have all this paid off compared to 50 months. So that's a little added bonus to show how you can still, you don't have to worry about changing your lifestyle. You have all your money divvied out here, and you can pay down this debt and be debt free. And that will leave you with $900 left over to put in savings, or like I said earlier, to invest. That would be smart to do. Imagine putting $900 towards investment, especially if you're young. That's a good amount of money. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. And again, I can't remember if I said it, but I'll say it again. If you run into problems where your needs are more than 50% of your income, then that's where you move this money up and cover that. Okay, your needs are the most important. This is what this is what is going to keep you alive and working. Okay, and out of jail, or for not getting a speeding or a ticket. right? If you get pulled over, not having car insurance. So all these are necessities to be able to survive. These, you don't need to eat out. You don't need spending money. Well, you do need clothes, but there's lots of ways to get clothes through secondhand stores and whatnot that aren't that expensive. Haircuts, you need them. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I don't. Gifts, you don't need that. Vacation, you don't need to take that. Kids don't need to go into sports. I know that's a hot topic, but if you're low on money, going into debt for your kids to play sports isn't going to get you where you want to be. Car repairs, you would probably need that, and subscriptions, you definitely don't need subscriptions. So,
Well, I hope that was helpful. Remember, it's just a basic budget. It's just to take your income and divvy it out according to 50%, 30%, 20%. Please, if you found this valuable, like and subscribe. Even comment any questions you have below about this strategy, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.